So you're still doing deadlifts and you're feeling it all in your lower back. You're not engaging that posterior chain. We're gonna fix that in this video. Hi there, Coach Tanya here at Criticalbench Compound, and welcome. Today I'm gonna show you how to kettlebell deadlift for stronger glutes and hammies. Okay, we're gonna build those up. Now, a lot of you might be doing deadlifts and, actually a lot of people don't do them correctly. They're still using their back and they wonder why, after doing deadlifts, they really don't feel anything in their glutes, they're not feeling anything in their hammies, but they're feeling it in their lower back. That's because you're not engaging that posterior chain. The whole point of doing deadlifts is to build strong glutes and hammies. So if you're not engaging that, nothing's gonna happen. It's kind of like, doing squats, but never really hitting your legs. Why are you doing it? So I'm gonna give you a few key points to help you improve your deadlift, working strictly with kettlebells. I love working with kettlebells. I love doing a traditional deadlift, but I really like working with kettlebells. So I'm gonna be giving you some hips. I'm gonna give you some hips. I'm gonna give you some tips and some hints and strategies to help improve your technique. So you really are engaging that posterior chain. You're hitting, you're loading all that, engaging those glutes and hammies, and really getting the most out of that exercise. So here we go. I'm gonna grab, I've got this guy here. This is my motivation. Grr face is gonna keep me in the zone. All right, so first one is just a traditional, I'm gonna come over here. First one's just a traditional, just getting into the zone, all right? So you want the kettlebell obviously on the floor. You're gonna be standing almost directly over top of it, all right? You want your feet shoulder width, maybe a little bit more. Sometimes if you have longer legs, it's easier, it feels more fluid if you have your feet a little further apart. Now you can do, I'm gonna show you both traditional. I like sumo, okay? So I am gonna turn my toes out a little bit, making sure I'm kind of quite over, okay. Now what happens is I'm gonna come, knees slightly bent, just slightly bent. I'm gonna slowly lower down, keeping a straight back. So head and tailbone, like tip of the crown of my head to my tailbone is a nice straight line, okay, my chin's neutral. Gonna come down and just grab that kettlebell, all right? Now I'm engaging those lats, okay, because I don't wanna lift using my lower back. I wanna drive through the heels, drive up through the legs. So engage those lats, okay, grab that and just come straight up like that. Same thing, now just put it back down. It's really what a deadlift is. We're picking something up off the floor and putting it back down. But we have to keep that form, and you should feel, I can feel, well, I'm really sore because I did deadlifts on Sunday, like sets and sets and sets, so my glutes are a little sore. Straight. The other thing I didn't mention actually was when you're coming down, you come back at the hips, okay? You hinge, that's what a hip hinge is. You hinge back, lift up, and come down. Oh, and hey, before I forget, make sure you check out the comments below that pinned comment. There's a link in there. If you click that, you're gonna get a free workout. Just enter your email. You're gonna want this workout. It's more great exercises. They'll be delivered right to your email immediately, okay? So make sure you check that out. All right, so we've gone over some tips, gone over form. So that was a traditional deadlift, okay? My toes are pointed forward. My feet, they're pretty much shoulder width apart. I'm hinging back, I'm nice and straight. Okay, lifting up, setting down, coming up. I'm keeping that core nice and tight, driving through the legs. I feel absolutely no pressure, no strain on my lower back at all. So that is your traditional deadlift. You want to do 10 to 15 reps of those, and every time you come back to doing that exercise, say, the next week, add a little bit more weight, because you can't build and grow muscle if you don't increase the amount that you're lifting. The next one is the sumo, my favorite, okay? I take my feet a little bit wider, toes out. Again, our knees aren't coming way past our toes. It's the same execution, all right? Knees slightly bent. As I come down, I hinge my hips back, okay? Grab that kettlebell, engaging those lats, driving up through my legs and lower. Up through those legs, lower. Again, 10 to 15 reps of that. After you do one set, you want to take about a 30-second break, grab a drink of water before going into the next round, because when you're doing these, you ultimately want to do 3 rounds, all right? For the next one, it's called a double suitcase, so you need two kettlebells. Now, instead of standing over, what we need is the kettlebells to the outside of our feet. So make sure you get your feet set first. Okay, have the kettlebells right outside, just a touch forward. They're kind of in line with the balls. They're not past the front of my feet, all right? Again, same execution, all right? Knees slightly bent, hinging back at the hips, coming down, grabbing those kettlebells, lifting them up, and bringing them down. Bring them up, bringing them down. Now, if it feels a little awkward, if you've never done those before, you can sort of feel like you're doing this. It can feel very exaggerated. You can bring your feet a little closer together. All right, same idea, same execution. Come down and lift. Coming down. I'm not rounding, back straight, driving up through the legs still. Now, what you will, some people will ask, well, how do I know if I'm lifting too much? If on the descent, well, as you're coming down, if your back starts to do this, the weight you're trying to move is too much, because now all of that pressure is on your lower back, and now you're using your lower back to do the deadlift, so you're not hitting those hammies and glutes anymore, all right? Okay, I'll show you that just a few more times. Up through the legs. Okay, lats are engaged, nice straight back coming up, and I can feel that all in my hammies and my glutes. So that is your double suitcase deadlift. The next deadlift exercise is a single leg Romanian deadlift. What I will say about I love these ones. These are really going to hit your glutes. I love it for that reason. What I'm going to say about this movement though is if you you have trouble with your balance, you might want to have like a wall, something very stable and sturdy nearby that you're not going to hang on to it, okay, because you're going to be moving doing this exercise, but it might help as far as keeping your balance just to have your hand on something like that, all right? So essentially with the single leg Romanian deadlift, all you're doing is your weight is on one leg. You're going to have the kettlebell in the hand of that leg that's supporting you, and you're going to come down and up. Your leg doesn't have to be out straight. You can have a bent leg. Coming down, see my balance even. My balance is not great. Coming down and lifting up. And a lot of times with your balance, it can help if you find a focal point on the floor just a bit ahead of you. You're also going to find if you do have trouble with balance, one side is going to be worse than the other. So that kettlebell slightly ahead of that supporting leg, all right? If it helps just to have your toe touching the floor for balance, that's great. You can do that, okay? So you're coming down, grabbing that. Again, I'm still engaging my lats. My back is straight, and I'm coming up through that leg. Down, having that hand out will help with the balance. Okay, 10 to 12 of these, or sorry, 10 to 15 on each side. And this one, you are gonna feel this the next day or the day after in those glutes, all right? 10 to 15 on each side. Now going from single leg Romanian deadlift back into a suitcase deadlift, but just a single suitcase deadlift. If you've ever carried a heavy suitcase through an airport, this is gonna feel somewhat similar. I'm gonna switch sides, all right? Same as the double, but now we're only picking up one. So I strongly recommend having the opposite arm out, just that's going to help keep you straight. Knees slightly bent. I'm not even right position here. Hinging back at the hips as I come down, grabbing that kettlebell, lifting it up, and lower. Lifting up, driving up through those legs, lower, up, and lower. 10 to 15 reps. Perfect. One more deadlift I want to show you, but before I do, I want to ask you, please make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell, then you'll never miss out on any of our great video content. All right, the final deadlift I want to show you is a crush grip or bottom hold deadlift. So pick your kettlebell up off the floor. Okay, grab it in both your hands. Again, get your feet set so that as you're executing the movement, you're performing it properly, okay? So again, straight back, hinging at the hips, coming down, touching to the floor or just to the floor. The minute you start to do this, that's an either drop the weight or don't come all the way down, driving up through the legs, okay? down and up. If you want to do this in a sumo stance, by all means, this is what that looks like. Again, down and up through the legs. Straight back. Now, make sure when you're coming up, it's hard to tell with black pants and with videoing and stuff, but, ooh, hair in my eye. I'm not locking my legs out. I'm coming up to straight legs, but I'm not locking them, okay? So don't do that. I've seen people end up in some really painful situations doing that, okay? 10 to 15 reps. 6 awesome deadlifts you can do using a kettlebell, engaging those glutes and hammies for strong glutes and hammies. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out that comment below, that pinned comment there. Click that link and you're gonna get a free glute workout, 5-minute glute workout. You're gonna love it. Click the link, enter your email, boom, it's in your mailbox. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell too so you never miss out on any of our great video content. Hope you enjoyed the video. Those are 6 amazing deadlifts you can do. Remember those points, okay, for proper form and execution. Grow those glutes, grow those hammies. Have an awesome day.